normalcy. I said that right. And so here we are at our first meeting of 2021. I look forward to hearing what our future is going to be. I think we've got some great things coming, some very strong leadership, not only as the association, but in our committees. Our committees are on fire and working really hard. I've had the honor of participating in some of those meetings that we're having outside of our regular quarterly meetings. And so it just shows that this is an association that cannot be hurt, cannot be put down by whatever life throws at it. We are a group of strong human services professionals that's going to survive whatever we get thrown at. And, you know, I'm just excited, like I said, to see how we continue to move forward. I think that this has not only shown us how passionate we are about this association, how strong we are, but also that we can do things differently than we have in the past, and kind of helped us evolve into this new, you know, cyber virtual world that we're living in. So I just thank all of y'all for being here today. Feel confident that we'll hear some great updates, some great future comings and ups. And so I'm going to, at this point, turn it over to Misty to do our minutes. Misty, you ready?
Is Misty here?
Hey guys, I'm here. I'm at the airport, but yes, I'm here. I do not have the minutes for us to review right now, but I will have them to email out. I did email them. I did not email the right attachment and didn't know it till I was in Las Vegas. So my apologies to everyone. I will have those to you by tomorrow, as soon as I get back to Georgia. And once we get those minutes, we can review them, and I will send them out, or Rhonda will send them out to everyone for their review.
Yeah, we can email them out. We can do it that way.
Okay. Sounds great. Sorry, guys.
Danny said what happens in Vegas.
Yeah, it might not be. We don't want the minutes of your Vegas trip. We know that. Or the minutes of the meetings.
Be sure to turn
I don't even know.
off.
I don't even know that. Yeah.
Angie,
I have no comments.
Yes.
I will need to do a roll call for Misty.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me
go ahead, Rhonda.
Let's go ahead and do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Jennifer, if you'll just say here, Jennifer Brogdon.
Yes, I'm here.
Tori Love. Jan Prescott.
Here.
Denise Wells.
Present.
Contaria Bibbs Hines. Shanita Peterson. Jeannie Lane.
I'm here.
Taylor Hogg. Kimberly Ballard Humphrey. Winter Bonner. Tracy Sadler. Samantha Garrison.
Hey, I'm here.
Marion Luke. Angie Thompson.
Here.
Susan Cooper.
Here.
Misty Kettering.
Present.
Darby Hickson.
Here.
Lynn Green.
Here.
Okay. We do not, yes, we do have enough for a quorum. We do. Wayne, do we count the officers in that? Or just?
Yes, the officers count towards the quorum. If you have people who are both primary and alternate present, then that only counts as one. So I counted 9, but I don't have the list in front of me. So we need 7, as I recall. So I think we're in good shape.
Yeah, we are. We're in good shape. We have a quorum. Great. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Rhonda. Keep me straight, girl.
Okay.
All right, so moving right along, then we will go into Darby's financial report.
Okay. Well, I think that the chart has probably been sent out to everybody. The revenue and expenses report has been sent out to everybody. Yes, that one. This report is current through 2/28 of 21. So I'm just going to kind of go through the highlights of it. As of 2/28/21, we completed 17% of the year, incurred 12% of expenses, and received 38% of our revenues. The revenue figure is on the high side due to receiving $17,500 in agency dues, as well as the retiree dues that come in during the first quarter. Susan Boatwright has done a fabulous job representing us in the session, and our total budget for this year was $10,000, though the expenses through 2/28 total $2,594.60. We do not anticipate using the full budget amount, which will help in budgeting for the remainder of the year in salary and other areas. We did not have a budget for educational workshop expenses or revenues. Therefore, since we will have a conference, Wayne will be doing some budget projections in several areas. As far as the balance sheet goes, much has been accomplished with the balance sheet, though as Wayne so eloquently says, it ain't soup yet.
Oh, Lord.
Part of the issue is navigating the learning curve with QuickBooks. Both Wayne and Rhonda are working hard to get everything updated.
Wayne's working hard. I'm just scratching my head.
I'm just along for the ride. Other important items to note is our checking account balance is $24,615.82. And thanks to Rhonda's excellent and timely work, the QuickBooks and checking account balances are in agreement. Our Vanguard investment account balance is $52,371.16. And that balance has grown at a rate of 7.8%, at a 7.8% return rate from last year's balance of $41,907. Prior to the Great Recession, we were at $100,000, though the account was subsequently spent down to $30,000. And our goal, of course, is to continue to grow the account to pre-recession levels. We owe the foundation $21,000, though once the balance sheet is resolved, we will post journal entries to reflect money paid for the peer support program and other transfers. And this amount will then be reduced to $18,000 owed. Wayne will be working with our president and myself to accomplish the following updates for our budget in the immediate future. There will be an analysis of operating funds. We are saving money from the legislative contract, and our checking account balance will allow us to continue to operate well. Projections for salary to plan the conference need to be made and compared to the anticipation of the influx of conference revenues. There's usually a very tight time around June and July, and our projections need to be reworked. The aforementioned task will allow us to project a prospective salary of a new executive director, though we have selfish reluctance to allow Wayne to enjoy some well-earned retirement years. Recruitment for that position will proceed as soon as possible, assuming concurrence of leadership. And that's all I have to report at this time.
All right. Does anybody have any questions for Darby?
It would be appropriate to ask for a motion to accept the financial report.
Oh, yes.
Right. So do we have a motion to accept the financial report?
This is Jan, and I make a motion to accept.
Thank you, Jan. Do we have a second?
This is Vicky. I'll make a motion to second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. We good, Rhonda? Did you get that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now staffing update, and I know Darby spoke a little bit about it just now in her report. Wayne is, he has been trying to for a while now, retire and find his replacement. So him and I have kind of been working on that in terms of looking at what that post will look like, hours, salary, all that, developing an interview panel. So Wayne, I don't know if you wanted to kind of provide an update on that piece.
Sure, I'd be delighted to. With mixed emotions, we have an active job description that's available. We plan to release that this week to recruit for a new executive director. It will go to all members. We will focus in this round on an internal to the association recruitment. So if you have retirees or friends or somebody who's about to who's a member and supporter of the association and interested, please share that with them. Generally, our staffing pattern over many years has worked well when we've had a person who knows the association, who knows the field of service, and has a long-term commitment to our work. The one time we went outside of that pattern for recruitment was, as John Buffum styled it, a blip. Which was putting it kindly, it did not work well. I feel very encouraged about a couple of different things. One, I think we'll have some interest in applying. I always have. It's a great job. I also believe that this is a wonderful time for the association to have some new commitment, new energy, and fresh thoughts. And hopefully we can get that process to closure within the next couple of weeks to have them fully on board to start planning our annual training conference. So look out for your email. If you see the notice and see people that you believe are qualified, please do share that, and we look forward to supporting Angie and the panel in selection of a new executive director, and we'll keep you apprised as things develop.
Couldn't get off mute. I was gonna. Thank you, Wayne. Yes, as Darby mentioned, very reluctantly, are we helping Wayne find his replacement. We're looking for a replacement for Wayne, but he has assured me that he will help us with whatever we need help in this transition. I know he will, but he will be missed whenever we do find his replacement. There is no other Wayne Drummond, that is for sure. All right, moving on to the 2021 annual conference. So Wayne and I met with Mary Havoc a couple of weeks ago just to kind of get a feel for what the agency was thinking, their support. They've always offered up positions for this conference for staff to attend. So when we originally met with her, we were going to look at alternate dates. And we also kind of discussed the hybrid conference. I don't know how many of y'all have attended some of those. I've attended one where there's a certain amount of people there face-to-face and a certain amount of people there participating online. And then of course, just a strictly virtual conference. She was very, I guess, positive about a hybrid for sure. And also was very reassuring in terms of us getting their support to send staff or to have staff participate in the conference. So we did go back to the hotel, got some alternative dates. They were all really close to the holidays of November and Christmas. And so just kind of filling out members, didn't know if that would work. Some people might be able to attend, but in terms of the numbers that we needed, it was just too close to the holidays. So we've decided to stick with our original conference date in August, September, with the hopes that, with all the vaccine rolls out and, hopefully decreasing cases, that might still be okay. And I do know someone just told me that I think it was a judges conference or something, some defects people went to that was face-to-face, but I think it was a hybrid as well, and it went really well. So the hotel's willing to work with us in terms of changes that we need to make. If we are doing the hybrid, because typically when we book this conference, we are kind of assuring that we'll have, I think, 250 guests, Wayne, is that right?
Yes. Last year we had close to 300 guests, but the agreement is for 250. We try to plan very conservatively because your commitment drives a room attrition rate. So
Right.
they've been real willing to expand it. So we have an agreement for 250 and hope to have 318 present.
Right. And so that's still at Savannah, still at the Marriott. We hope to have more concrete plan of what we're going to do around the 1st of July. I do know that, like, just in my county, I do have some staff that's interested in that and in the face-to-face, you know, so there are some people that would feel comfortable coming. We, like I said before, we have a couple of conferences that have already done that hybrid. If we need to, we can kind of reach out to and get, you know, feedback on how that went, suggestions. So, you know, like I said, it's looking real positive. I'm excited that we are actually going to have the annual conference. We're just still kind of really working through what that's going to look like. Wayne, did you have anything you needed to add that I might have forgot?
No, but I would like to add that if you, as a board member or within your county and communities, to reflect back on positive training experiences you've had, and if you have an idea for a great workshop or presenter, please reach out to Jeannie Lane and give her the contact information for that. We need to be basically planning on 2 tracks, one for an in-person conference, and hope that will come to fruition, but also a hybrid conference. But now is the time where we need suggestions for topics, for presenters, and we'll be doing some work to identify some additional volunteers to help Jeannie's committee to do this work. And so look out for opportunities to participate. But it's a good chance to start the planning process on those 2 tracks, and we'll get an excellent conference pulled together, but please, it solid in input. So keep an eye out. If you got some good ideas, please do share them.
Yes, absolutely. Because I know there has been some, the GCCF, I know Angie Saturday's on here, her and I attended. I was trying to go through my thoughts on who presented that we might be able to have. So just like Wayne said, reach out to Jeannie, let her know if you have any suggestions on trainings or presenters, workshops for that conference. All right. I don't think Susan's on, Wayne. So I don't know if you want to provide the legislative update. I didn't see her in the list of participants unless she has since joined us, and she may have.
No, she's not here.
No, she will not be here. Today is the last day of the session, and I think it's important that she be aware of what is going on with regards to any motion on the last day of the session. So we'll be sending a report that she prepared by email that she sent earlier this morning, but I've not had a chance to review because of some healthcare issues related to my dog. My dog is 15, is a working dog, and wakes up repeatedly wanting to go outside and work during the middle of the night. So she's sort of like an old executive director of waking up and go to work, not sure why. But long story short, the best news, I think, is that House Bill 562, the bill that we have pushed for 3 years now to protect case management staff from being arrested in magistrate court, remains on the rules calendar. If it's not on the rules calendar in the Senate, it does not get considered. That happened last year. Time ran out before it was passed. This is the second year around. We are hopeful that that'll be passed by the end of the day. So I would like to commend Susan for her excellent and diligent work and very, very clear and up-to-date reports, and for her work in engaging with other partners in the advocacy process, and also keeping a good handle on the the General Assembly. The budget basic is very favorable. It has not been passed. They've got to do that before they go home, and that's really the only thing they have to do. We've got some other bills that are listed in the report, and I will defer to those. What I will say is that given the fact that it's been a remote session with lots of complications, that it's been generally a good session in the interest of our work and our staff, and we certainly hope that this important protection for our staff will be worked through. So we'll send her report out later today by email for review, and I'll let her speak for herself in that regard. But I'm glad she's doing what she's doing today, and appreciate in particular her willingness to step forward and provide leadership in the legislative arena during this very interesting time of COVID restrictions.
Yes, Susan's doing great, which I'm not surprised. She usually does great at whatever she does. All right, membership report. Lynn, you ready?
I am. Let me get set up here. All right. So membership updates. As of today, we have 1,881 total members. Of that, we have 13 lifetime members, 994 individual members. We have members in 132 of the 159 counties. And we have had 8 new members join since January. Looking at the breakdown by our regions, Region 1 and Region 4 are neck and neck for the most members per region. And then we've got some other regions that are a little bit behind. And we specifically have 2 regions that I would like to target as part of the membership committee. So I may kind of overlap my report outs here, but regions 9 and 12 have less than 20 members each. And so to me, that's an area that we need to focus on. And if we have any, or if you have any contacts within those regions, I would definitely appreciate if you could reach out to me and share those contacts. Do you want me to go into my membership report out? Committee report out?
Yeah, but real quick before you do, and this might be a Wayne question. So I see the retiree membership has dropped. Is that just, do we just need to do outreach to them, or is that actually people who do not want to be a member anymore?
We need to do some follow-up. Part of that phenomenon, though, of less retiree members are Rhonda's cleaning up some of the membership report with some expired dates that I did not catch. But generally, historically, retirees respond throughout the year. We will be following up with an additional solicitation to them and send them a letter with a pre-franked return envelope in it, and those will come back in through the year. The number will go up significantly by the next meeting. This is always a phenomenon, but there is that there were a fair number of persons that expired prior to 2020 that I did not catch and remove from the report that Rhonda in her diligence did. So that's part of it, but part of it is just normal course of business. If you're retired, you don't have to pay too much attention to the clock or what month it is, but you are committed to what you're committed to, and we'll see some additional response there.
Okay. Before we go into committee reports, Misty put in the chat that for those reporting out on their committee, if y'all could just email her or send her your report so she can put it in the minutes. All right, Lynn, go ahead with membership committee report out.
Okay, and so we met in January and February. No, I'm sorry, we met February and March. And we had really good attendance at both meetings. We went over the goals for 2021, which is to increase our membership by 20%, which is a lofty goal. 20% would be about another 375 members. And so we know that that's a lofty goal, but we're trying to put into place some strategies to help us with that. We are creating a whiteboard video, kind of like what is GPHSA, that can be used on social media. It can be used for recruitment in various different places. And we are also, once that video, it's in production right now and we should have it soon. Once that video is released, we are going to have Tom Rawlings talk about GPHSA on one of his Tuesday talks. And then also highlight that video. We are also looking to reach out to all of our new hires as soon as they're onboarded, sending them a personal welcoming email, sharing GPHSA information. The issue that we're having with that is finding out who the new hires are. And so we're still working through all of that. But we want to also reach out to our new members, sending them a welcome email, asking them about what committees they might be interested, and then connecting them with the committee chairs. And then our goal is really to get all new members engaged within 60 days of joining. We're going to keep on highlighting and welcoming new members on social media. And then we're going to continue to partner with the technology committee on themes, anything that's coming up just for virtual membership engagement. We now I'm bouncing back and forth between membership and technology, but we did launch the new website last month, I believe. And so that was a long time coming. And I think it's working pretty well at this point. We're fixing a few bugs. But we've also added the GPHSA LinkedIn page as another opportunity for people to follow. One other thing membership related that I forgot about that Wayne had kind of touched on was we are working on joint recruitment between GPHSA and GSRA, the State Retirees Association. And so we are working on that. And I believe the May on the menu, Lunch and Learn, will be a presentation by GPHSA to GSRA members and somebody from GSRA reporting or doing a short training for GPHSA members in hopes of just mutual memberships. I think I've covered everything. If there's anybody else that has notes that I'm missing, but that's basically what we've gone over in our February and our March meetings. We meet the first Wednesday of each month virtually.
Now, Lynn, you're still over both membership and technology. So did both of those meet that same day, or?
No, technology hasn't really met because I've been focusing on membership and focusing on the website. So we will get that one up and running here soon. I know that we've got a core group that's really good. We just need to get our focus back.
And I will say Lynn's the website got a shout out from Miss Havoc, as well as our Lunch and Learn. So she was really impressed with those when Wayne and I met with her. So great job, Lynn and team, on that website.
Thank you.
All right. Education committee.
Angie, can I say something real fast?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I receive a report every hiring period of the new hires for all the regions, because I do packets to Region 1 and Region 3. I can find out if it's acceptable for me to share that with Lynn, so that would help her to find out, what the new hires are and stuff. I don't want to offer it without getting permission,
right.
but I can find out if that's something I can share with her.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay.
All right, now moving on to education and training. Nobody?
Jeannie was on. I don't.
I know, I thought she was.
I
Did she
saw
get
her.
kicked out?
Yeah, she's Jeannie. I think she's still here.
Yeah, and it doesn't show her muted, I don't think.
May have stepped
Jeannie,
in.
do you have anything for education?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Every time I change the laptop to a different connection, it changes the microphone. Okay, the last time that we had an actual meeting was November the 24th. So I'm going to plan another meeting for the second full week of April, possibly on the 13th. We communicate by email just because it's mainly brainstorming that we do to try to come up with presenters and topics. So we've been working to set up the monthly on the menu. April's topic is KEPRO, the Employee Assistance Program, and it is on April the 14th at noon. That's
All
really
right,
all.
and again, y'all will be planning the workshops for the conference. So if anyone has any suggestions or idea, that is the committee. You need to get that too. All right, what about our social services committee?
Hey, this is Ashley. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me? Okay, sorry. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
We can.
Okay, all right, sorry. So I was just making sure. Oh, okay, so our last meeting was in January. We have a total of 14 members so far. One of the things, our goals have been to focus on recruitment more. We've also been talking about self-care, been going back to one of the self-care wheels that one of our new members presented to us. I can share that with you guys as well. I'll send it in the email. Also, in like what our agency will look like post-COVID, you know, addressing the barriers and things that we've had previously, what's been working for us, what's not working for us, and how we can continue to strive to do better and, you know, improve. One of the things also we've been talking about, our goals were emotional health during the pandemic, strategies of self-care, things that staff feel they need as a result of making half visits, virtual versus face-to-face, also avocation. And we have our next meeting. We've actually been communicating this past week. We're trying to get a date scheduled for the first week in April. So I've been waiting on everybody to get back with me. I've had a few responses, but I haven't heard back from everyone. So I hadn't been able to set an actual date yet, but I will send out that message and let you guys know when our next meeting is. And I do want to thank Ms. Susan Coop for joining our last meeting. We had a ball and enjoyed the information that we received.
You're welcome.
All right, great. Thank you, Ashley. All right, moving on to the OFI committee. Anybody from OFI?
They met last month because I was on that meeting with them, but they did meet last month. So I don't think anybody's here, but she did have a meeting.
Okay. Then we'll go on to legislative.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Hey, Gretchen, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go real quick because I have to hop off. But
Okay.
everybody, this is Gretchen Cleveland. I'm one of the co-chairs. I'm not sure exactly how far back we need to go because I wasn't at the last board meeting, but I came back to work in December. So we had a meeting December the 9th that kind of started us for the session coming up in January. We were able to introduce Susan as the new legislative representative for the association and talk a little bit about the need to establish some goals and priorities for the committee for the year. We also decided that we would be meeting on the first Wednesday of each month. So we've met so far January the 6th, February the 3rd, March the 3rd, and then our next meeting will be April the 7th, and we meet at 1 o'clock those first Wednesdays. We've had some very exciting meetings. We've had a lot of participation. We've been able to, Susan was able to get out the goals and priorities for the committee, and I'm pretty sure those have already been submitted to the board for approval. I want to say that was done last month or so. And basically, we've just been following bills. Danny and Jonathan, and sometimes I will do some, but we also have Janidra and another lady from OFI, who Wayne will send the proposed legislation to us to review, provide feedback. Vicky's done a wonderful job of creating a database in SharePoint for us to put our comments in and make recommendations. So it's really been working very smoothly. I think we've got a lot of traction this year and really doing well with the committee. Vicki, if you have anything to add, that's pretty much all I have.
That's very good. Now, we're really excited. We had put the process in place of having Wayne look at the daily readers every day and to point out any bills of interest and then to assign them to a content expert. And then Miss Susan would, Susan Boatwright would follow them. And each month she would always give an excellent update and just keep us updated. So we're really excited that this process seems to be working very well. And we have one more day. Tomorrow is legislative day number 40. So be interesting to see what all comes out the other side. So we'll keep you guys posted. And please, if you want to be on the legislative committee, we meet every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Just let us know. You're more than invited to join us.
All right. Thank you, ladies. And last but not least, the financial committee.
Well, I don't have anything different to report other than what I talked about earlier, and I have not had any finance meetings, committee meetings, because it's just myself. Though I do plan to get with Wayne and Rhonda in the near future and pick their brains on some ideas or whatever on what I can do with that committee and what options I have, since it seems to be kind of meaningless at this point in terms of one person in the committee. So I'm trying to come up with some ideas.
Gotcha. And if anybody knows anyone that would be a good fit for the finance committee, or you think they would be, just reach out to them, encourage them. Because yeah, Darby's the only lone committee member. All right. So I think that's it. I didn't miss any committees, did I? I think I got them all. On to the executive director's report. Wayne, you ready?
Yes, thank you. And thanks, Vicki, for catching the fact that the last day of the session is tomorrow and not today. They are having a committee work day today, and they will wrap up by midnight tomorrow. Just mainly have a lot of kudos to pass out from appreciation from my vantage point. When you give a project to someone with commitment, if you don't have a budget, you teach yourself to do this. So this required an immense amount of effort on her part to get this stood up and running. It's working exceptionally well, and that's truly commendable. Certainly kudos to Rhonda. Everything that she touches is working well and on time and better than it was before she was present. And I'm deeply grateful for that. I had a late epiphany on the budget, on the balance sheet. Basically, I had sent her, you have to pull data from the last compilation, from the audit adjustments, from the adjusting journal entry report, and a lot of other things. And I sort of sent all this nice package of gobbledygook to her and said, make us a balance sheet. And it occurred to me that there's a better way to do that. And I think we'll do that very shortly. But generally, this has gone exceptionally well. Legislative committee in prior years has pretty well consisted of me and Ellen Gerard and Janice Tidwell in terms of commenting on and reviewing legislation. Now we have a team of people that are looking, including current content experts. We're tracking legislation, getting it passed through quickly for review, and the quality of the analysis that both Danny and Jonathan have done have been exceptional. Leadership of the committee is quite wonderful, and it's created a good solid infrastructure for us to move ahead. I want to keep just on your horizon the need at some point, and probably post-COVID and prior to the legislative reception next year, the process of making a commitment to make it work. I think that is also a good way of fueling extra attendance at the legislative reception. So keep that in mind for the future hopper. My budget, because we've been able to hire Rhonda and Susan, supposed to work 20 hours over extended that somewhat, trying to stick within that, but I look forward to a chance to make up that budget overage by giving some time back. I will be working with our new leadership and to support anything I need to do to make this transition work well. And I'll after we sort of get oriented and settled, then we'll if somebody needs me for any purpose, I'm not going anywhere aside from to continue to enjoy myself and have some fun. We've got some immediate work to get a planning process on en route for the annual conference. We've got funds to hire someone to do this job and to give some glue to the planning. That will get us through and into July. I believe I want to prove that self to me by working with our treasurer and Rhonda and our president to have our budget numbers tight. But we can plan a conference on 2 different tracks. There's a third one available, but I believe that it's going to be probable that we will have an in-person conference, but we will not know really a firm idea on that until probably about July. I do understand that Governor Kemp is about to make an announcement today about reopening the state. He's been very committed to having the state open and functioning well, and we're looking at a prospect where now everyone is able to get a shot. They're saying everyone who wants a shot can get one by the end of June. If you look at the timeline for your second shot in 2 weeks after that, then you'll see that we should be in a position where there's nobody able to infect anyone else, and we should be able to resume an in-person conference. So I'm really looking forward to helping the planning process with that. So I don't have a lot else to say. If I do, I'll share that otherwise. It's a real privilege to continue to do this work, and it's a privilege to see the excellent current leadership that we have, to see the excellent work in membership, technology, education, the engagement in our committees, and building a very strong association. So thank you.
Thanks, Wayne. And I apologize if my service is a little shoddy. I had to come. That's why my camera's off and pick up my child from school. So I'm just sitting in the car pickup lane for her right now. But let's go to speak out. Does anybody have anything that they want to say, or questions, anything maybe we haven't touched on that y'all would like to talk about?
I actually have a question. My county director, we were trying to get our board involved before all this happened. And so we're having another board meeting, our county board, and she's wanting to know some ways that people's county boards are getting involved. So if anybody has any ideas right now, or if they could email them to me, we're just trying to think of ways, that they could be more involved, since, we're not like meeting in person right now. So if anybody has anything now or can email it to me later that I could take to our board meeting and try to give them some ideas.
Hey, Susan,
Hey,
can you hear me? Hey,
I
what
can.
was the guy's name? The director from the county that came and played bingo with us. He was a board member, and he's always at all of our meetings.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I mean, I don't remember the name, but I know who you're talking about. I don't know.
I'll see if I can figure it out because
Okay.
he's at all of our meetings, and he might be a good person to come talk to them and tell them how to get involved.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else got either suggestions for Susan or anything else that they want to say?
Hey, Angie, I just want to issue. It's a very technical issue, so I apologize. But I am concerned that some of these emails are going to junk emails still. So that may be something y'all are already addressing. I'm just concerned if we're looking at these, looking at the conference coming up or other things to get involvement, that might be an issue. Has that been something that y'all been looking at?
To jump mail to, or Wayne or Rhonda, do y'all know what the situation is with that?
When we had an issue with people who are members not receiving emails, we did follow up with the state tech IT folks, and they confirmed basically, I think what happened, and I have no ability to comment on the technical aspects, but I think something tied to the new email program that was updated when we did the website caused these servers not to recognize what it had been previously recognizing, and the simple ways for people to check to there's not a way. We did determine there's not a way they can do that as a system fix. So it's going to require us to, and we did reach out through the state system to ask every county and regional director to share the issue and to encourage folks to do that. But I think that's going to require some continual attention. It's an important issue, and I appreciate Jonathan raising it. It is something we probably ought to further address through our standard formation to prevent recurrence of that. So I don't know. There's not a way that the state, from my understanding, can flip a switch. But I appreciate Lynn getting actively involved with that and facilitating the engagement of state IT and looking at it. We think we've got it. We know what needs to be done about it. But unfortunately, the fix is going to be a lot of missionary work.
Thank you. Angie, I think you might be on mute.
You got it. I was talking. Thank you, Wayne. And asked if anyone had anything to add to that, or did anyone have any else they wanted to speak out about? No. All right. Well, and just in closing remarks, I think this has been a good meeting. Again, very excited. You all are excited about the prospect of a possible face-to-face conference. I am. It's been too long. I miss seeing everybody face-to-face. But also just thank all of y'all for everything you do. This association wouldn't be as strong as it is without all of you guys. Thanks for meeting with us today. Since we are still trying to figure out the email thing, please, all of y'all kind of let your staff know, at least your members that you know to check their junk mail and to move us to inbox, so they'll stop going to junk. And I'll try to brainstorm maybe some other ways that we can get that out to the state. But I just appreciate everybody being a part of today. Lots of people come together to make this association a success. And I just want to thank you guys. And we will see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank y'all.
Good to see y'all.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye,
Take care.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.